This is Adcomm's how-to guide for Prosite Adcheck. In this tutorial, I will show you the basics of the app, walk you through downloading, installing, and registering on your device. I will also go over the basic requirements to complete a credit check and check internet eligibility. Throughout the video, there are several helpful hints and tricks to make the app more effective. Adcheck is an extension of the same CRM tool that the CSRs use when you call in. It has secured access directly to Prosite for you to enter a customer's information without hold times and get immediate credit and eligibility results. The app does have some limits. There are a few key things to remember when using it. First, the app is the same as calling into the call center. The only way the results would differ is if the information you enter is different than what the CSR enters. Customer's information needs to match the payment method. For example, if you have a middle initial on the debit card, you will need to qualify them with the middle initial as well. Strange addresses, apartment numbers, and other things with the application might affect the internet eligibility results. These address types might return ineligible for internet when they actually could receive internet. It's always a good idea if you have a strange address, such as highway or rural route, to go ahead and double check the internet using AT&T's URL. Let's go ahead and get started by downloading the app. It's available in the App Store on Android and Apple devices. It is important to note that your device must be running iOS 9.1.1 or higher, or Android Lollipop or newer. Basically, if your phone or tablet is less than 2 years old, you're good to go. If you type Adcheck, we are the first results, easily identified by the Adcomm logo in the background. Now that you have the app downloaded, this is the first screen that you're going to see. It's the registration screen. The registration is for this device only. If you need to use it on more than one device, simply repeat the download and registration process and you're good to go. First, you're going to want to enter in your lead rep ID. That'll be in the very first field there. The second one is going to enter in the rep ID. That is your sales rep ID. Following that, you're going to want to enter an email address and then a password. It's very important that the password that you use is a secure password, which means it has to have an uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and a character. It's got to be at least 6 characters long, but it cannot exceed 15 characters. Anything you enter in that screen that is wrong is going to result in an error. It'll say, please contact your home office for more information about your credentials. Please do not call us every time you see this error. What this error usually means is that somebody has entered the information incorrectly. Typically, it means that you've entered in the wrong sales rep ID, lead rep ID, or that you have an invalid password. Check your information and try it again. Once you have completed the registration, it's going to bring you to the login screen. Here, your username is going to be the email address you used during the registration process and the password that you just created. Go ahead and enter those in and log in. Once you're logged in, you're going to be brought to the credit check. This is the home screen or start screen for the app. And every time you log in, it will bring you here. You will notice on this screen that your lead rep and sales rep information has already been entered in so that it can be saved into the application in Prosite. You're going to need to follow this credit check in order. If you skip and go out of order, some of the things might not populate correctly and it might result in you not being able to enter in information. That being said, you need to choose the retailer from the drop down at the very top. So in this one, it's SMC Walmart. There's SMC Sand Clubs, Best Buy, so on and so forth. Those options are there in the drop down. You then skip down to the fourth thing there, where you're going to select a store. You can do this two ways. You can actually tap on stores, and as you see in this screenshot here, you can scroll through the different stores. It might take you a while. There's a couple of hundred of them. Or you can search for the store, which is a function that's not displayed here, but it'll be pretty evident when you're in the app. You can start typing in the number of the store, and it should bring up the store list at the bottom as the search results narrow. Simply select the store, and you'll be at this point here ready to move forward. There are a few things to note on here. Middle initial, email, and social security number are not required fields to proceed. However, as stated before, you want to make sure that that information matches what's on the payment method. If there's a middle initial on the card, you're going to want to use a middle initial here. If there isn't, you're going to want to exclude it. Social security number will always help to get you more favorable results. And it should also be noted that an email address will be beneficial, because if they have to add an email address later, it might result in the application changing. Once you enter in the zip code, it will automatically populate the county and the city. And then if you have an apartment number or unit number, you're going to want to make sure to type that in here, but do not use any hash signs or number signs, because you need just the unit number itself. So if it's apartment A, just type A. If it's unit number 1, type 1. Don't type number 1. Once it's all set, you could go ahead and hit submit. There's another completed example here to kind of show you through exactly what it does. Once you've hit submit, it's going to bring you to the next screen, which is the signature capture. Once signed and saved and pressed, there will be a disclaimer that will pop up. Make sure the customer reads it and hits I agree. If you disagree at this point, it'll back you out and tell you you must agree to proceed. It tells them that they're providing their personal information, including social security number, if applicable, to be submitted directly electronically, and so on and so forth. It's the same things that they go over whenever you call into the call center. This disclaimer might pop up before and after. If it does, make sure that they agree both times. Once you've hit I agree, it will submit and will then provide you with the results. This is an example of what the results screen looks like. As you can see, it tells you that it's a new customer and that they do not require a fee and that they are a 2-star medium risk customer. It also, again, gives you the information that was used on the application, which makes it easy when you call in. But it also tells you that they're eligible for internet speeds up to 75 megabits. There's also eligible for a special internet offer. Right now, there's a special internet offer in 17 DMAs. That would be what this is actually referring to. And you can ask once you call into the call center, and they can go over some of the finer details of it. If you are happy at this point with the results, you can go ahead and hit the submit button at the bottom. Once you hit submit, it saves this as a lead in Prosite and prepares it for you to call in and complete the sale. If you do not hit submit, it will not save these results. That's very important to note, because when you call in, they will not be able to locate your application. You'll notice that there's also a modify button. Let's say that you have a husband and wife and the husband does not pass. Well, you want to try the wife. You don't have to type all of that information over again. You can use the modify button and simply add in the wife's name and information and hit submit again, and it'll bring you completely different results. And of course, if you want to try someone completely different, maybe that customer is not going to work, but you have another one lined up ready to go, you can hit new form to start the process over. Either way, let's say that this was successful and you hit submit. That's going to bring you into a pop-up that will say, would you like to call? And you can hit OK, and it will automatically call into this call-in number. It's very important to note that this is the Adcheck call-in line for Smart Circle. You must use this for all Adcheck applications. That includes bundles and internet only. Please use this. They will answer it quickly. They're all trained to be able to handle the Adcheck. When they answer the phone, they'll see that it's coming from an Adcheck, and they'll ask you for the customer's name and phone number. And from that point on, it'll follow the normal process that you guys are used to today. There are a few menu options in the app. You can access this by using the toggle function up at the top left. There's the credit check, which is where you can, where you guys were just at just a minute ago, where you're entering all the information. Internet availability, which is the same as the credit check, but it only checks for the availability of internet at that address. It does not run any credit check. And then helpful information, that's a screenshot of it there. It gives you the phone number that you call into, and very importantly, the tech support email. If you do have trouble, make sure that you're sending it into this email here, smcadchecksupport@adcomm.com. You need to have a little bit of information. One, a description of what problem you're experiencing, what kind of model you have. If you don't know the operating system of it, it's fine if you just tell me you have an iPhone 6, iPhone 5, or maybe you're on a Samsung Galaxy tablet. And then send this in and give them 24 hours to respond. Typically, it only takes about an hour. Some more helpful hints for you. If your device crashes in the middle of an app, most likely it's due to poor internet strength. It's very important to have a good internet connection because it has to be maintained since this is an extension of Prosite. If your app won't let you log in and you've been able to log in previously, sometimes the files get corrupted. What you need to do is you need to delete the app off your device, delete the files associated with it, and re-download and register the app. It should work fine from that point forward. Be sure to check your application before submitting. It's the CSR's responsibility to make sure the app is correct before creating the order in DirecTV. If you have inaccurate information or incomplete information, the CSR has to change it, which may update the customer's credit rating. I appreciate your time in watching this video. If you have any questions about it, please email the help desk and we'll be happy to assist.